Yes, sir. All right. It's your boy K-Blao Hood X. All right, we're doing the Taursverse once again. All right, so we're going to kick it off in the gate. May 14th, 2022's mass shooting, Buffalo, New York. We all know what this is. This is during the height of Taursverse season. All right, this happened on May 14th. All right, now the significance of May 14th goes all the way back um, for years. Now we're going to talk about that in a second, but I just want to give y'all a little backstory about not only on this day, but people who born around this time as well. So this and there's significance on that. So obviously multiple mass shootings have been happening. You know what I'm saying? So we don't want to treat them um, like these are all isolated incidents. I want to show you patterns in between and stuff like that. That's what we're gonna be talking about. All right. So May 14th was the Buffalo shooting. Okay, I believe it was 10 people was killed. I believe 10 black people were killed. All right, and 3 other people were injured. All right, so um, that's significant in that it was on May 14th. All right, so as we fast forward to the Sandy Hook shooter, so say his name is Adam Lanza. So then he was born April 22nd, which is a sign of Taurus. Okay, so this says he had developmental and mental health problems. Lanza exhibited developmental challenges before the age of 3. These common communication, sensory difficulties, repetitive behaviors. All right. So this is a major thing when you're dealing with Taurus, especially at a young age. When they're doing repetitive behaviors, they often imitate and mind you, but they often will imitate the wrong thing. They often misled. All right, and then they'll continuously repeat these behaviors. And we're gonna talk about that as we continue on. I'm gonna begin to show you how Taurus can be misled to the point of repeating repetitive behaviors that are wrong behaviors. You see what I'm saying? Misled behaviors, behaviors that they shouldn't be doing. So I'm saying going astray, doing the opposite of, you know what I'm saying, normal shit. Like they find kind of the wrong shit and then uh, duplicate it. You know what I'm saying? You can read this yourself. You know what I'm saying? When it's talking about Adam Lanza's developmental and mental health problems. So I'm saying um, if um, if you have a if you know a Taurus at a young age, you know what I'm saying, you can kind of see them repeat. You know, they go through repetitive behaviors. You know what I'm saying, and of misled behaviors. You know what I'm saying? I have videos of even my son. Like that's why I always sit down with my son. My son's a Taurus. He's born May 11th. That's why I sit down with him constantly and show him that he has this shit in him. You know what I'm saying? And that I constantly work with him to show him that, hey, you know, this isn't just you, this is Taurus behavior. You know what I'm saying? And I have him be able to identify that, so I'm saying, so he can know when he's doing it and stop doing it. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. That's Adam Lanza. You know what I'm saying? So then we got this guy who you know what I'm saying? This is Gomez. I mean Ramos. You know what I'm saying? Ramos. This is the guy who just did the shooting at the other school. You know what I'm saying? This guy, Salvador Ramos. Okay. Now he just shot up. Now mind you, you know, I don't know, Adam Lanza was a Sandy Hook shooter. Just to go back real quick, this guy, you know what I'm saying? This is the deadliest shooting. He killed 20 victims. You see what I'm saying? 20 victims were children between age 6 and 7 years old. 6 of them were adult staff. So I'm saying, so he killed 20 people. This is the biggest shooting. This is the biggest, yeah, the deadliest mass shooting in history. The 4th deadliest mass shooting overall. You know what I'm saying? So that's Adam. And mind you, if you look at him, you kind of see, just you can take one look at this dude and kind of tell he ain't all up there. You know what I'm saying? So you got that. Then this guy, just the other day, we were like 2 days ago, went into Texas elementary school and shot up 19 kids and 2 adults. All right. So this is the second biggest school shooting. You know what I'm saying? And if you scroll down to here, where is it at? It says, yeah, Ron Reyes says his grandson celebrated his 18th birthday on May 16th. Okay, so you see he's a Taurus too. He's born on May 16th, literally 2 days after the Buffalo shoot. So I'm saying, so I can kind of see him seeing this happen 2 days before his birthday and being inspired by this. Okay, so I'm saying we had the Buffalo shooting, May 14th. 2 days later, Ramos' birthday. All right. And then a week later, he goes in and shoots up the school. All right, so you see, same thing. It's a lot of Taurus energy going on here. You know what I'm saying? So I want you, you know what I'm saying, keep paying attention. Now, we go into this. This is called, I don't even want to say this name because I'm probably going to say it wrong, and I don't even want to invoke the spirit of it, but you see the name, you know, and this says this is celebrated on the 14th day of the month. All right. So this goddess is an Indian goddess who basically is involved with self. It's basically decapitation. So this is a goddess of self-decapitation. Okay. Um, they have a video on this. You can go look it up. You know, where they explain that this is a goddess who's celebrated during the basically the second week of May. So like a lot of times between May 14th, May 15th, May 16th, you got this goddess who is symbolic of, you know what I'm saying, beheading. And not just beheading, but duality between the man and the woman. You see what I'm saying? It says, wait, hold on, let me speed this up because there's no point, right? Let me see, playback speed 2x. Y'all know I watch my videos in 2x. You know what I'm saying? So you see, she cut off her head, and then people are drinking the blood, right? You see what I'm saying? It's replete with sex and death because of this, there has been a tendency amongst many who are interested to view her as the embodiment of the macabre or the occult. Because she's literally the embodiment of the occult. So now you see this opposite. You see, I don't know, go back. The duality here with the black and the white, they're having sex and she's standing on top of them. And you see these people drinking blood. This is a ceremony that's celebrated between May 14th and May 16th every year. You know what I'm saying? You see she's standing on top of the lovers, you know, and these other people standing around drinking her blood. And that says picture of divine feminine. She's terrifying Hindu goddess transformation. Stands holding her own hand in hand. She's just decapitated. On top of the divine masculine feminine who are in sexual embrace. This is high Taurus energy. Now you're talking about masculine, feminine, divine, masculine, feminine. You know what I'm saying? But right, you see how she's standing on top of them. She drinks her own blood. It pours out of her neck. The neck is symbolic of the Taurus. The neck is ruled by the Taurus. So I'm saying, and she offers it as to her attendants who drink from her. All right. So Aries is the head. Taurus is the neck. You know what I'm saying? So you see, as we approach Taurus season, the middle of the Taurus season, you have a woman basically cutting off the head, cutting off the Aries, and ruling specifically by the body, which is like, you know, the flesh. You know what I'm saying? It says that the idea of the absence of the head is frequently used as a spiritual metaphor, suggesting the separation of the mind from the body. That is the freedom of the consciousness from the physical body. You know what I'm saying? So the concept of losing your head, they say, no, don't lose your head. So I'm saying, this is right. When you hit Taurus season, you got this god is literally telling you to lose your head. You know what I'm saying? Right at the neck. You know what I'm saying? This is high Taurus energy. You know what I'm saying? So now, because the idea that we might lop off our own head and drink our own blood is gruesome. Our distaste surfaces from an underlying fear of losing our identity, losing our head. All right. Now you go back to these mass shooters. This is exactly what, you know what I'm saying? This happened on May 14th. You know what I'm saying? Don't you do the math. You know, so here we go. I'm just showing you a little more symbolism here. Consciously or unconsciously, we guard against this possibility. We protect ourselves against attacks on our own sense of self, because who would we be without our sense of self? Without our social roles, without our thoughts and ideas. All right. Now, this is, if you study the Bible good enough, you have the concept like called Cush. You know what I'm saying? Which goes all the way back to the Garden of Eden. When you're dealing with Eve, and when God told Eve not to bite the apple and eat the apple, you know what I'm saying? She chose to have self-identity instead of listening to God. You know what I'm saying? So this is like a retrograde. You know what I'm saying? So the notion of putting yourself first, you know what I'm saying? Even when God gives you certain instructions, but you still feel the need to express your self-identity over instruction from God. You know what I'm saying? This is where all this energy comes from. You know what I'm saying? So you tell a Taurus, especially a Taurus woman, don't eat something. The first thing she literally gonna do is what? You know, you make an apple pie and you put it on the counter. You tell a Taurus, don't eat this. This is for so and so and so and so. They're gonna like, what you mean don't eat that? You know what I'm saying? You talk about self-expression, you know what I'm saying? You know, sense of self, you know, they gonna eat it. You know what I'm saying? Especially talking about food with a Taurus, they gonna eat it. You know what I'm saying? So like Eve, kind of like this woman is like a Taurus archetype. And that it's somebody who's going to do things their own way. You know what I'm saying? Now, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, as I continue on. But I just want y'all to, you know, so you can go look this video up yourself. You know what I'm saying? Or you can go look this goddess up yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you want more insight on this, I don't want to spend too much time on her. You know what I'm saying? Is there another? Oh, there's another. Right. Let me see. We recognize ourselves in the shadow version. You know what I'm saying? Shadow version whenever we dissociate from the stress and trauma of life. All right. So you can obviously see how this type of energy could make somebody, you know, run up on May 14th and shoot up a whole grocery store like that. All right. So I also want to real quick explain to y'all this goddess. This comes right after this season. This, you see what I'm saying? This goddess, I'm not gonna say her name. So I'm saying is the my dogs. So I'm saying this goddess, so I'm saying is goddess of inconspicuous things and misfortune. All right. I mean, inauspicious things and misfortune. She's, you know what I'm saying? So this goddess, you know what I'm saying, is associated with inauspicious places and sinners. Okay. So this is traditionally associated, the high summer corresponds to May to June in the Gregorian calendar. So I'm saying, so this began, I believe, on May 17th, if I'm not mistaken. This is literally right after, this is right after, I can't find the exact date, but this began, let me see if I can find this. I don't want to spend too much time looking for this, but this began, right, see, May 17th, right. So this year, 2020, this month begins today, which was May 17th. All right, so you go back, right, it says this corresponds May 17th to June 14th. So this picked up, this talking about misfortune, sinner, things like this. This picks up usually right after this woman's season ends. All right, so now you're talking about misfortune, sinners, all this stuff is high Taurus energy. You know what I'm saying? High Taurus energy. High Taurus energy. You know, so connect them dots. Now I want to talk about horn deities, which the Taurus obviously has bulls, just like Aries. I mean, Taurus has horns, just like Aries. You know what I'm saying, but specifically when you go back into, like, you see Isis here with the horn, with the bull horns. So I'm saying, it says in Egypt the bull was worshipped as Apis, embodiment of Ptah, and later Osiris. You know what I'm saying? Moloch also was depicted as a bull. You know what I'm saying? But became a demon in the Abrahamic tradition. All of these gods was created by Nimrod, you know what I'm saying, who was the son of Cush, which is basically another, it's Taurus energy. You know, I have a whole nother, the previous video I did on Taursverse was on Nimrod. So I'm saying, explaining how, you know, after the flood happened with Noah, they started creating all of these false gods, false, you know what I'm saying, false religion, false gods, who became a replacement for the true God, which is Jehovah. You know what I'm saying? So, and mind you, a lot of these gods and gods still worship to this very day. You know, and I'm gonna talk about that in a second as well. Talking about how, you know, a lot of this, the Taurus energy will lead you, like I said, how Taurus is often led astray, to go the opposite way, or basically retrograde. So I'm saying that's not enough for them. A lot of times they have to be able to mislead somebody else in their belief systems as well. You know what I'm saying? So you have Taurus have a lot of times a false sense of God. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like false religion, where like they think they know God, but they don't know the true God, which is Jehovah. Just like I said, Romans 10:13, it says all those who call on the name of Jehovah will be saved. That's also Acts 2:24, and I believe Joel 2:23. Could be wrong, but I believe that's those are the scriptures, and it specifically says those who call on the name of Jehovah, not the name of God, not the name of the Lord. So it's saying, but specifically Jehovah. Now the word Lord, you know what I'm saying, is actually, but I get to that in a second. But Lord, you know what I'm saying, associated with ball. So I'm saying, like Jim Jones don't say balling. You know what I'm saying? Balling is has the same significance it had back then it has today. When the concept you think about, oh man, that nigga know how to ball, or he balling. Balling literally means, it says owner. You know what I'm saying? It says the husband is the owner of his wife. Land owners. You know what I'm saying? Owners or possessions of tangibles, tangible items. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people know Taurus is ruled by I have. You know what I'm saying? Tangible items. Like Aquarius is I know, Sagittarius I seek, Leo is I will, Taurus is I have. So it's really, you're talking about owners, possessions, tangible items. You see what I'm saying? Characteristics of their nature, and making it a characteristic of their nature. So saying occupate, like your job, um, things like that. The owner of anger. You see that? The owner of a debt in his hand. Anyone given to anger. So saying judicial antagonist. Literally owner of judgment. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times you find Taurus will often judge people. You see what I'm saying? The highly judgmental people. You see what I'm saying? Especially from a sense of a false God. In that, like, they're judging you. They're telling you they're judging you according to standards of, like, they didn't even throw the Bible in there. You may even hear them talking about Islam and all of these different types of religions, and how you can go through multiple roads to all lead to, it all leads to one God. And like, um, this is what, this goes all the way back in the Bible. This is the same thing Nimrod taught all the way back then. They say, oh, you could try Hinduism, you could try Buddhism, or you could try Islam, or you could try this religion and stuff like that. Whereas like Jehovah has always been an exclusive God, and that, like, this is why a lot of people don't know how to have proper religion, because they've been shown, they don't know how to worship Jehovah correctly a lot of times, because they've been shown so many other types of religions that they tell you that, man, this is just the same thing. Like people, some people like Roman and Greek gods like Zeus and all that stuff. They tell you it's all the same. It's all these. It's like, no, it's not. And if you read the Bible close enough, Jehovah will tell you this. And they're like, this is what Baal was. Baal was a false god. So I'm saying, it says, term Baal was designated to the false god. The expression refers to local deities thought of owning or possessing. There's that word again: owning or possessing, or having influence over particular places. See what I'm saying? Now you can look this article. This is on the Watchtower Library. You know what I'm saying? They give a real good explanation of Baal. You know what I'm saying? It says Baal worship. You know what I'm saying? They used to actually do child sacrifice to Baal. You know, saying, we gonna get to that in a second as well. You know what I'm saying? Normally from April to September, there's little rain in Palestine. You know what I'm saying? So right, you know what I'm saying? Late April, this is Taurus season. So I'm saying, they used to go through droughts. You know what I'm saying? And Canaanites used to, try to invoke magic. There's a story of Jeremiah in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Where there was a drought, and they were trying to get the drought. This happens, between April and May. You know what I'm saying? Like, say April showers bring May flowers. So I'm saying, a lot of times it'd be a drought in a situation where it ain't raining. And they would try to invoke magic, or they would do all these rituals and stuff like this, like how you saw back here, with this goddess. This all, passes down. This is how all of the religions and stuff got blended together. I explained a lot of this on the previous video when I was talking about Nimrod. You know what I'm saying? And so they would have these droughts and stuff like this, where they would try to do magic and stuff like this to make it rain and bring fertility to the land. So this is the same thing, like people used to worship Ishtar or Astarte, which was the god, the it says somewhere in here that Baal's wife was Astarte, which is basically the feminist, not the feminist, the fertility goddess. So I'm saying, so they would try to pray for fertility. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, now you talking about sex, energy, all this type of stuff. They would even kill their own kids. You know what I'm saying? To try to make it rain. You know what I'm saying? To this day, they talking about balling and making it rain. You know what I'm saying? It's all still associated, same things to this day. Oh, I'm balling, man. I'm gonna go to the strip club and make it rain. You know what I'm saying? This is what all these, this is the same thing today. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, in the Bible, it tells you that, in the last days of Noah, so will be the son, Matthew 24:37. When the Son of Man returns, it will be like it was in Noah's day. So I'm saying, so not much has changed. So that's Baal. And then so like I said, going back to the Garden of Eden, the ground was cursed. Genesis 3:17. So it's one of my favorite lines in the book of Eli. You know what I'm saying? When Denzel tells him, "Cursed be the ground for our sake." You know what I'm saying? I'll explain this in previous videos, real quick breakdown. It says, thorns and thistles it shall bring. You reap what you sow. So when Eve bit the apple, or when Eve bit the fruit and gave it to Adam, misled Adam. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, it's like literally Taurus archetype. Doing, not only, she followed the snake, which is being misled, then programming somebody else, then misleading somebody else into false worship. You see what I'm saying? This goes all the way back to Adam and Eve. Straight Taurus energy. Mind you, they're in the garden, the Kush. This is all earth. You know what I'm saying? The earth, Taurus is the earth sign. They are the fixed earth sign. They are the most, I won't say earthly. That's a bad word to use, but they are more rooted in, they're more rooted in the earth, more so than Virgo, which is mutable earth. You know what I'm saying? And then even Capricorn, which is cardinal Earth. You know what I'm saying? Taurus is fixed. Mind you, it's right in the middle of the changing of the season. You know what I'm saying? So they're literally fixed in the earth. And this is the type of earth that, like it says here in Genesis 3, that it was cursed, unfortunately. So I'm saying, because like this deity, it kind of does what it wants to do. You know what I'm saying? Like it says here with Adam Lanza, he kind of repetitive behaviors of doing the wrong thing. Where did it say that at? You know what I'm saying? Right. So right, sensory difficulties, socialization delays, repetitive behavior. This is all kind of what happened, you know, saying, in Genesis. Now, fast forward Genesis 4:3, you know what I'm saying, and it says, and it came time to pass, but it say, or at the end of days. You know what I'm saying? Cain brought fruit of the ground as an offering to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So this is the same thing. Here we go again with false worship. Fake, you know what I'm saying? Worship in the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? And Taurus is also often ruled by their belief system. They ruled by, like you talking to Taurus about the Bible. I was just talking to one of my friends the other day, and she was telling me how her mother be adding stuff to the Bible that's not even in there. You know what I'm saying? So like you get this type of stuff. It's like it's like something like Cain, you know what I'm saying, worshiping on their own terms. You know what I'm saying, adding stuff to the Bible, taking stuff out of the Bible, telling, giving you wrong interpretation. Like Taurus will send you off. You know what I'm saying, not knowing because they were sent off. And like they are kind of receptive, to like ball, false religion. Taurus bulls have horns. You know what I'm saying? So like when you go back to like here ISIS, these horns, or you like even the crescent moon. You know what I'm saying? Like in Islam, they got the crescent moon in Islam. That is symbolic of the horn. Same thing, are the horns of a bull. You know what I'm saying? So they're just kind of like Aries, but how a bull's horns stand up. They're receptive. It's like an antenna almost, like a TV antenna. They're receptive to these types of energies. You know what I'm saying? So this is what kind of what happened with Cain, in that practicing false worship from a bogus signal. Basically, you get catching the wrong signal, just like Eve listening to the serpent. You know what I'm saying? So real quick, you know what I'm saying, I want to break this down to two horned beasts. You know what I'm saying? This is on Watchtower as well. It says at Daniel 8:20, an angel told God, Daniel, the two-horned ram that he saw representing a dual kingdom in Medo-Persia. By this explanation, God throws light on represented by the wild beast that the Apostle John, after seeing the dragon and the wild beast, had ascended out of the sea. And I saw another wild beast ascending out of the earth, and it had two horns like a lamb, began speaking like a dragon. It exercises all authority of the first wild beast at its sight. And it makes the earth and those who dwell in it worship the first beast. See, it says, here we go, worship and fault, sending you off. It's going to make you worship the first beast, so whose death stroke got healed. So I'm saying, so it says, what could this wild beast picture? Looming up prominently from the wild beast, Satan's visible organization, have been Great Britain and the United States. You see that? You see what I'm saying? It says, while both separate nations, to all intents and purposes, they have functioned as a dual world power. Their language, their heritage, and principles and policies the same. They have been working together ever since their first differences were settled in the world of 1812. Thus, history records that since the promulgation of the Monroe Doctrine, 1823, blah, 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 they have been collaborating in world affairs, striking examples of which they furnished World War II. Of all the powers to dominate the globe, from Egypt onward, this Anglo-American white man dual world power has been the greatest. It has been spread out further than any other by succeeding the Holy Roman Empire as the dominating world power. It became the seventh world power of the Bible, prophecy, and history. Having its horns of the Lamb are keeping with the boasts of Britain and America. They have fought defensive wars not only in conquest. Okay, so it's telling you, it says, by reason being this two-horned beast has exercised all authority of the first wild beast. See what I'm saying? So who was the first wild beast? It tells you here. So I'm saying from Egypt onward. So Egypt was the first beast. So a lot of times you may find a lot of tourist people going back into Egypt, or they telling you, go back to Egypt. They'll start associating you concepts of Egypt that and make you worship Egyptian gods, or like doing not necessarily even if you don't necessarily go back to Egypt, it's still when you read this article, it's telling you that the United States, Britain, this type of worship, they often doing the same type of worship that they had back in Egypt, which is false religion. You see what I'm saying? So most people don't know that the Bible has a false god in it named Baal. You know what I'm saying? So you ask them, man, who was the false god in the Bible? People are like, false god? Yeah, the fake god. You know, there's a fake god in the Bible. Just like you wear fake diamonds or you wear fake gold to make your neck turn green. It's not the real thing. Baal, you know what I'm saying? Um, Going all the way even back into, ancient Mesopotamia, ancient Egypt with Isis and things like this, or they call Kemet. You know what I'm saying? Ancient Kemet. You know what I'm saying? They will tell you that none of these things have changed. So just like it says here in Matthew 24:37, just in the days of Noah will be the same. It will be the coming of the Son of Man. So just like it's telling you here, the U.S., Great Britain, the Anglo-American system is worshiping a false god. You know what I'm saying? But people are mistaking it as a real god. Where, just real quick, you know what I'm saying? Let's see if I can find this. Matthew, I believe it's Matthew 7:21. It says, "Not everyone who's saying to me, Lord, Lord, not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, shall enter the kingdom, but he who does the will of my Father who is in heaven." So I'm saying, so Lord, Lord, I told you before, is associated with, like, I'll show you real quick here. It says, where's this at? Baal, again. So I'm saying it means owner or Lord. So I'm saying, so Baal literally means owner, Lord, I have. So I'm saying, so when Jesus tells you those who are saying, Lord, Lord, shall enter the kingdom of heaven, you're saying that's specifically telling you, you got to know the difference between Lord and Jehovah. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, Romans 13. I've said this multiple times on this page, but no, Romans 13:10. I'm sorry. Romans 13:10. All right. Let's do this one. Oh no, it's Romans 10:13. Y'all gotta remember I got dyslexia, so a lot of times things get reversed. Y'all gotta forgive me. All right, Romans 10:13. Whoever calls on the name of the Lord shall be saved. You know what I'm saying? What's the name? Now I need you to look at this and see the hypocrisy in this. It says whoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved, but they don't tell you his name. You know what I'm saying? That, mind you, they break this down kind of. If you go here, you know what I'm saying? The whole witness is literally only straight I've seen this. You know what I'm saying? Where they actually tell you everyone who calls the name of Jehovah will be saved. So I'm saying, and if you read this article, it basically explains this to you. You know what I'm saying? It says, you know, you cannot just, where's Bible Gateway? No, Bible Hub, I believe it is. It's this one. Right. See, this is perfect. Now you see here how it says these are different translations. They all of them say the Lord. So then all of them came in the name of the Lord, but they don't tell you the name of the Lord. You see what I'm saying? But you see the Aramaic, it tells you the Lord Jehovah. You see what I'm saying? It calls in the name of the Lord, the name of the Lord. Like, the name of the Lord, the name of the Lord, the name of the Lord. But when you go to the New World Translation, they actually give you the name of the Lord, which is Jehovah. You know what I'm saying? So you see it through all of those translations. Let me go back real quick. You see through all of those translations, only one of them literally actually has the name of the Lord, Jehovah. You see what I'm saying? So this is why Jesus tell you, not all them people saying Lord, Lord is gonna make it into the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? You actually have to know the name of Jehovah. Let me same thing, Acts 2:24. All right. Acts, wait, oh, maybe wrong. 2:23? Ooh, no. Acts, I may have given wrong scripture. Call on the name of the Lord. Acts 22. Acts 2:21. Right. So I told you I got dyslexia. So a lot of times it'd be off a little. But let me see. Acts 2:21. Same thing. So this is a quote. They're actually quoting Joel. Joel, I believe Joel 2:23. Could be wrong again. You see what I'm saying? Was it Bible Hub? Where's Bible Hub? Bible Hub, Bible Hub, Bible Hub, man. Hold on. Acts 2:21. Bible Hub. There we go. Same thing. All right. Everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. What's his name? Why didn't I tell me his name? See what I'm saying? Everyone who calls the name of the Lord. Everyone who calls the name of the Lord. See, Aramaic. Everyone who calls the name of Jehovah will be saved. Aramaic is the only one in here that actually has the name of the Lord. So I need you to read between the lines here, people. See what I'm saying? Don't be sent off. Joel 2:23. Nope, wrong again. Joel, call on the name of the Lord. It's gonna be pretty close. Joel 2:32. All right. Same thing. Everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. Everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. What's his name? All right. And the reason they did this is because there was an old tradition back in the day. They should say that nobody really knows where this started. You'll say it just kind of got done that way. They used to tell you that, you know, it was wrong to use the name of the Lord, which obviously is wrong, which is telling you right here, everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. So why would they tell you that that's the name you're not supposed to pronounce when it's telling you to call on his name? You know what I'm saying? Same thing, Aramaic, Lord Jehovah, Lord Jehovah. All right. So you want to, like according to Baal, you know what I'm saying, it just says Lord. So this is, like I say, false religion, false God. Most people don't know that there's a false God in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And his name is Lord, which is Baal. All right. Try to get this. Now, I'm gonna try to break this down real quick. So I'm saying, but there's different lords in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So they have like a Lord in all caps. Let me see, like Lord versus Lord. You know what I'm saying? So like it says in this verse, the Lord God is written in Hebrew as Yahweh, Elohim. You know what I'm saying? But there's sometimes you see Lord in small letters, which is like Jesus is sometimes referred to as Lord. Like what Thomas said somewhere. Let's see, Thomas, my God, my Lord. So I'm saying where he called Jesus, right? John 2:28 says, my Lord and my God. He was actually talking to Jesus. So I'm saying, but you see, this isn't capitalized. So I'm saying, so he referred to Jesus as Lord, but he didn't refer to him as that. Actually, when you see Lord in all capitals, it's actually the same thing as Yahweh, which is when you see this, the tetragrammaton of the what is it? Why? This. You know what I'm saying? This is, whenever you see this in the Bible, this is basically Lord, which is referring to Yahweh, which is Jehovah. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of times where, you know, people get confused with this. That's why I want to break that down real quick. You know, so you can do more research on that on your own. That's not really what I'm trying to break down in this video. All right. So also Baal was also referred to as Hadad. So since it says Baal, what is that? Baal was used proper name, third, blah blah blah. Baal usually distinguishes the Lord. You see what I'm saying? Search the, so just like in the old times, people were worshiping Baal, referring to him as the Lord, thinking that this is Jehovah, not knowing that no, these are fake diamonds. It's not the real Lord. So I'm saying, and this has all happened by Nimrod, who basically sent the people off, who was basically like Taurus archetype. So I'm saying it was identical with the storm and fertility god Hadad. So I'm saying, so there's that word fertility again. So I'm saying, which goes back to what I was talking about before. So Hadad is basically Baal, or he's sometimes referred to as El. You know what I'm saying? Right. So even back then, this goes all the way back then, they did not know the difference between Jehovah and the false god. People worshipped the false gods like they were Jehovah. You know what I'm saying? So this is supreme Taurus energy. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, I want to break this down. Whitman, Price, and Hadad. You know what I'm saying? It says, according to Damian Host of Running Man, Whitman, Price, and Hadad were last season's winners. According to the Bounty Hunter, Fireball, Extrovert, Jim Brown, said Whitman, Price, and Hadad are last season's losers. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, the three contestants are found dead and severely burned by Maria Conchita Alonso at the Busky Muslim game show. So if you've never seen The Running Man, they had a scene in there. I'll show you this real quick. I hope the audio is playing.
Previous winners, Whitman, Price, and Hadad. Yeah, you remember them? Whitman, Price, and Hadad. There they are, and at this very moment. Previous winners, Whitman, Price, and Hadad. You remember them? Whitman, Price, and Hadad. There they are, and at this very moment.
All right, so in The Running Man, there was a scene. I ain't gonna play this, but they actually have a song called Whitman, Price, and Hadad. This is actually dope. You know what I'm saying? I can play this.
Type that feed in here now.
This is a song called
Price and Hadad, Whitman, Price and Hadad, basking under the Maui sun.
So in The Running Man, Whitman, Price, and Hadad were portrayed as the last season's winners. Now, if you've never seen The Running Man, it's basically like, it was a TV show where Arnold Schwarzenegger was competing for his life. You know what I'm saying? Like, they take criminals and they put them in these wild situations where they're trying to be killed. You know what I'm saying? But the reality of it is they were dead. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Hanno pagato il loro debito verso la società.
This in Spanish. But if you go watch the scene, you know what I'm saying? She found them dead, but they were telling the audience that they were alive. So it was a lie. It was a giant lie. You see what I'm saying? They was like so she says last season's winners, and he tells them right here. He says no, they were last season's losers. You see what I'm saying? So I found that it's ironic that his name was Haddad, named after the ball, and then Price, which is what we're talking about, owner, Taurus energy, and then it literally says white man. So I'm saying, which is what we're talking about, Anglo-Saxon. What was it talking about? Right, with the two horn guys, it's talking about the Anglo-Saxon. So there's literally white man, Price, and Haddad, which is like, I just found that ironic, and they were portrayed. It's like talking about false ideas, fault. You know what I'm saying? They were portrayed as winners when they were actually losers. They were actually dead. They were actually basically sacrificed. I found that saying really ironic. But and same thing. You go back here, you got all these people being sacrificed. And I found that just ironic. And my like I said, they sacrifice children to ball. I don't know. I thought I had that on here somewhere, but I guess I don't. But it was known. It's a known fact that ball. Let me see, child sacrifice. All right, see, child sacrifice and ball. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this, but so child sacrifice is ritual killing of children to appease a deity, supernatural being, sacred social order, or tribal. You know what I'm saying? So you're talking about child sacrifice on May 14th. You know what I'm saying? To appease a certain belief system. Not much has changed. And like it says, in the last days of Noah will be the coming of Son of Man. So you see, two Tauruses literally have the highest child sacrifice in the United States. That is both owned by two Tauruses, first and second place. You know what I'm saying? So this is not coincidence. You know what I'm saying? So I want y'all to open your eyes and see these things. I wanted to, give you a little bit more insight on, from a spiritual standpoint, this energy. Mind you, we just came out of Taurus season. We're going into the Gemini season. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to give y'all some clarity on what that was. You know what I'm saying? So if you got any comments, leave them below. I would love to hear what you got to say about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe, share the video. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it'll help somebody. I appreciate you watching. You know what I'm saying? And I'll see you on the next video. You dig.